believe in you. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. You think you can't, but yes, you can too. The power of the mind is one of the most untapped resources in existence. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can't or whether you think you can, you are probably right. See, the three most important words you can say to yourself are yes, I can. When everyone says you can't, determination says you can. When everyone says you can't, resiliency says yes, I can. When everyone says you can't, your heart, your will, your passion says yes, I can. But I need you to believe it in your heart of hearts. I need you to believe it in your mental. So can you power through one more set? Yes. Can you power through one more rep? Yes. Can you power through that long day? Yes. Can you power through that adversity? Yes. Can you power through them setbacks? Yes. Can you power through your failures? Yes. Can you power through that bad relationship and overcome and come out smelling like roses on the other side? Yes, you can. Never allow someone's perception of you to become your reality. Matter of fact, I need you to do it for the people that want to see you fail. I need you to do it for the people that want to see you lose. I need you to do it for the people that want to see you quit. I need you to do it for the people that want to see you give up. See, in order for you to live up to the expectations that life, that the universe have set for you, you have to make a mental shift. You have to make a mental change. You have to adjust the way you're thinking. Because right now you're suffering from a severe case of stinking thinking. That's what the late great Zig Ziglar would say. And right now I'm telling you to your face, yes you can. I need you to say it with me. Yes I can. Yes I will. See, until you switch the way you think, you will always shrink. And you will always sink into the land of the lost. But you, yes you were born to be spectacular. You were born to be phenomenal. You were born to perform at a high level. You have so much more to give. You have so much untapped potential. And for you to achieve your monumental greatness, you have to get out of your own head. You have to get them out of your head. And you have to believe that you can achieve for you to receive the blessings that the universe have in store for you. This is a great day to win.
You're listening to Love Yourself Up with me, Jody Amen. Are you ready to talk about saying some nice things about yourself? You and me both know that we are our own worst critic. We are constantly barraging ourselves with how we're not good enough, how we didn't do that right, how we always mess up everything and we'll probably get this wrong. We are so used to telling ourselves what we did wrong, what we didn't get done, what people might be thinking about us. Negative, negative, negative. We won't treat our worst enemy as bad as we treat ourselves. Why? Why aren't we always talking so negatively about ourselves? I guess we're kind of encultured to do that. We're encultured to have these high standards of ourselves and assume that everybody else is judging us by those high standards and worried that we'll stand out and be left out or have deficits. And so we push ourselves so hard constantly to meet those standards. And when we don't, because they are impossible and unrealistic and kind of crazy. The reason why our standards are so high is because we're not really sure what they are. They're undefinable, like perfect. We're not exactly sure where perfect is, so we strive to be better than perfect just to make sure we get it right. This is so much pressure on us and causes a lot of our stress and anxiety. A lot. Let me tell you why. Because if you think you mess everything up and you think you can't handle anything and you think you can't get anything done, which is all BS, because we know that you guys work harder than ever to do stuff, because we all do. We work really hard at surviving our life. We go through a lot of hard times, and it is a lot. But we don't notice any of those skills, and we don't notice any of that good stuff that we're doing, and all the taking care of our kids, and all the work that we're doing, and all that survival stuff. We don't notice any of it. All we do is notice our deficits, because we're striving for perfect, which is not true. So what if you started talking positively to yourself? I met someone last week who was talking about kids having so much pressure about tests nowadays in high schools and colleges, even in grade schools. They have so much anxiety about the tests that they're taking. And so this teacher started to write them affirmations, started to write something positive about them in test taking, like that they're smart. And they started reading these affirmations 3 times a day. All of their grades went up. All of their grades went up. So the pressure that we have on ourselves to perform to perfection actually hurts us, actually negatively impacts our performance. So the best thing you do is to relax a little bit. Have a little trust in yourself. Like, you could get the same amount done and you could be just as productive without the stress. And I emphasize that you could probably be more productive and perform better without the stress. It's like win-win. You don't have stress and you do everything in life better. Doesn't that sound great? The difference is Doesn't that sound great? The difference is you talk positively to yourself. You say nice things to yourself every day. At the end of the day, you write down your skills and your accomplishments of that day, because I want you to notice the skills that you have and start to connect with them. Once you connect with those skills, then you know you have them, and you're not so overwhelmed by anything that could happen in the world, because you know that you have skills to handle it. Thank you so much for watching. I really want you to talk positively about yourself. I want you to start writing down affirmations that are positive and not too big of a jump. You have to believe it for the affirmations to work. And I talk about it in the last chapter of my book. I explain exactly how to make affirmations so you go in little increments and you can believe them and really transfer some of those negative beliefs about yourself. You know, if you believe that you hate yourself, and look in the mirror and say, I love you.
I was walking down the street and I saw an old man. Had a hat, suspenders, and a cane. Was about 80 years old. This old man was barely walking. He could walk, but the cane helped a lot. He was struggling. So anyway, he was walking across the street and he ended up falling. So I went over to go help him. And he gets up, says thank you, and we introduced ourselves. Had a little conversation. Told me his name and I told him mine. His name was Robert, by the way. And right as he walked away, I told him, this is what I said. Robert, you should stay inside where it's safe, my friend. And Robert turns around and says to me, I love walking, and I love walking way more than I'm afraid of falling. So I ask him, well, what about your safety? Don't you want to live? And he told me this. These are the exact words he said. He said this. Solo, living means doing what you love to do. And if I have to fall here and there to do what I want to do in life, then so be it. And he just walked away. Never saw him again. That was it. But that statement really had me thinking. And it had me thinking hard, because I learned something that day. That's when I realized the true key to success. You see, I always thought if I could just fear the act of failing, and if I fear it like crazy, I will succeed. Because I thought the fear would magically motivate me to get out there and start taking action. But after that day, I realized something. I realized it's the love for success that will lead me to succeeding. So just imagine if Robert feared falling. Would he even start walking? Of course not. He wouldn't even do what he loved to do. He would sit at home and take no type of action. But he loved walking. Wasn't even scared to fall. It gave him life. That's what allowed him to get up and do it. He loved walking so much, he was willing to fall 10 times a day just to do it. And you have to be the same. So the next time someone tells you, you're gonna fail, you know what you tell them? Tell them they're right. But you're not afraid to fail. You're not afraid to take action. You're not afraid to jump.